Welcome to Finance Deep Dive. Look, when the market gets choppy, every single one of us is looking for an anchor, right? Well, today we're going to find yours. You know the feeling. One day it's smooth sailing, and the next, bam, a tidal wave of red numbers hits your screen. That kind of volatility can make you feel totally lost at sea. So let's get into it. What's really going on in our heads during all this? We're going to break down that fear, the very thing that drives some really costly decisions when the market takes one of its inevitable dips. I mean, let's be real, seeing your portfolio drop is just tough. It's not just numbers on a screen. It triggers this deep, primal fear response that can totally cloud your judgment, right when you need a clear head the most. And that fear, it so often leads to the number one mistake investors make: panic selling. You sell everything out of fear, and poof, you've just turned a temporary on-paper loss into a very real, permanent one, all because you didn't hold on. Okay, so how do you fight that feeling? How do you stay calm in the middle of the storm? Simple. You need an anchor. And in the world of finance, that anchor has a name: the government bond. So what exactly is a government bond? Well, think of it this way. It's a loan you make to the government. Yep, that's right. You're basically acting as the bank for Uncle Sam. In return, they promise to pay you back with interest. It's that simple. So let's make this super clear. Stocks mean you own something, a tiny piece of a company. Bonds, on the other hand, mean you loaned something. It all comes down to that one difference: ownership versus a loan. Stocks give you that shot at high growth, but bonds, they're built for stability. And every bond comes with a super simple instruction manual, really. It has three key parts: the face value, that's the amount you'll get back; the maturity date, that's when you get your money back; and the coupon, that's the interest you get paid for your trouble along the way. Easy, right? But, of course, it's not a one-size-fits-all kind of deal. Not all bonds are the same. A great way to think about them is like tools in a toolkit. You wouldn't use a hammer to saw a board, right? You gotta pick the right tool for the right job. And this is exactly where you match the tool to your goal. Got an emergency fund or a short-term goal? T-bills are your friend. They mature in a year or less. Planning something a bit further out, say 2 to 10 years, that's T-note territory. And for the really long-term stuff like retirement, you're looking at T-bonds. Now, what if your biggest worry isn't the market crashing, but inflation just quietly eating away at your savings? Well, guess what? There's a special tool in the box just for that problem. They're called Treasury Inflation Protected Securities, or TIPS for short. Hey, and by the way, if you're finding this helpful and you're liking the content, do us a huge favor and hit that subscribe button. It honestly motivates us a ton to keep making more of these for you. All right, so now you know about the tools. What's next? Well, now it's time to actually build something that can weather any storm. It's time to build your financial ark. You know, there's this great quote from Warren Buffett: "Predicting rain doesn't count. Building arcs does." And he's so right. It's not about trying to guess when the next storm will hit. Who can do that? It's about being prepared for it no matter when it comes. So what exactly is this arc we're talking about? It's your diversified portfolio. It's just a smart mix of different kinds of investments, all working together, designed to keep you afloat no matter which way the wind blows. A really classic, time-tested design for this arc is the good old 60-40 portfolio. It's simple. 60% of your money is in stocks, aiming for growth, and the other 40% is in bonds, providing that crucial stability. And here's the key thing to remember. That 40% in bonds, it isn't just about the numbers on the page. It's not just financial stability, it's psychological stability. It's what gives you the courage, the calm, to stay the course and not hit the panic button. Okay, this all sounds great in theory, but how do you actually do it? How do you put this into practice? Let's talk about your first steps. Simple, actionable things you can start doing today. Really, it all boils down to 3 simple actions. First, build your ARC with a solid emergency fund. Second, automate your investing to take emotion out of the equation. And third, just zoom out. Focus on the long-term horizon, not the daily noise. And hey, remember those T-bills we mentioned earlier? That's it. That's the perfect, super safe place to stash that emergency fund. Think of it as your first line of defense against any storm. So as we wrap up, the final question you should ask yourself isn't if a storm will come. It will. The real question is, what storm will your arc be ready for? And one last time, if this explainer helped you out, please consider subscribing. It really does motivate us to keep posting and breaking down these big topics. Thanks for watching.